Welcome to the Racing Roots with Hamm, and today I got my special guest, Red Dog.
That's all right. That's all the racing people knew who I was.
Yeah.
Somebody
right.
asked me out there and said, "Hey, what's your real name?"
Your real name?
Yeah.
Buddy Barnes.
Yep.
And he's my buddy from way back, way back. Gosh, man, that's been 20-something years since I saw you.
20 plus.
20
Well,
plus.
I don't know if it's been that long since I've seen you, but it's
Yeah.
20 plus we work together.
Well, we're close personal Facebook friends too.
So,
Instagram.
and who's not in today's world?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, did we have cell phones in '98?
No, man. I didn't. And I was saying, if I had the cell phone when I was going to the racetrack, how would things be a lot different? You know,
Oh.
might be worldwide celebrities.
I'm sure I'd have slapped more than one kid if it about caught him on the cell phone.
Yeah. So I guess speaking of that, we worked together years ago at Savco, but you wasn't there very long.
No.
But that happened.
We weren't fortunate to win at Daytona, not the big race, but we did go to victory lane at Daytona thanks to your effort and a lot of other people. Tony, old Buddy Glover, is he still living?
Yeah, he's still around.
Kicking.
I ran into him, Tony Glover, and I know his wife passed away.
Yeah, yep. She
Cancer.
had some sort of sickness before I moved back to Georgia. Yeah.
Christy, I think her name was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I ran into him at a SunTrust Bank and then somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah, one of the
He's still living in the area then?
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool.
Yeah. And you know, Beer Man, we just sent him a text and a picture of me and Buddy here. And
he was another classic.
Yeah, he is.
He had babysit Sterling, I think, time or two, didn't he?
Yeah, most of the time. He said he is, all right, so this is what Scott Trevison, the Beer Man, says. He says, he is one of my heroes. We had lots of fun. He likes to drink beer, and he definitely has some great stories to tell. So.
Well, I'm not drinking Coors, but I am drinking beer.
Yeah, well, that's good stuff. I like natural. But speaking of stories, you said you talked to Sterling, and I know if Scott was watching right now, which he will be, whenever I play this.
Talked to him. I don't know. I think we were down at the lake. I was with my friend John sitting over here, and my buddy Billy Ballou called, and he was up in Tennessee buying cars, doing whatever Ballou does.
Yeah.
And ran into Sterling, and they called me. It's good to talk to him. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Glad he's doing good. You know, he's got that Parkinson's, but once he still straps in that race car, he's good to go. Good to go. Yep.
Isn't that something? Yeah, good to go.
Yep. Good to go.
He was always the most calm driver that I ever worked
Certainly
with.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, he was just a natural.
Yeah.
And that's what made it fun to work with him. And I had 2 opportunities to work with him, and it was a lot of fun. Tons of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some good times back in those days. So we're here at Destin, Florida. So I didn't mention where we were actually doing this from, but we're like, this is your cousin's place, right?
Yeah.
Overlooking, what is this bay here?
Well, we call it the Bay, baby. Destin Harbor.
Destin Harbor.
That's close enough.
And I'll tell you what,
we're just in Destin.
Yeah.
From one end to the other, it's Destin. Every little place has its own name or whatever, but from one end to the other, we call it Destin.
That's right. I know, because me and my wife Tracy's been down here staying at Miramar Beach in Destin, and this is our second time we've been down here, and we love it. So I was like, this is my new favorite vacation spot. So now that I know we got friends and family here, I'll just come stay with y'all next time.
All right. I don't see her saying no.
I know we got timeshare down here. Hey, why don't y'all come over and say hey to the camera if you want to? Anyway, you can if you want. But anyway, we got friends and family over here.
We're not on live NBC TV here.
That's right.
This is just all good times, videoing.
So, oh, there you go. So we were talking about, so when Beer Man watches this video, he's going to say, ask him if his Sterling Marlin stories, you know, because that's what, every time I have a guest on, he's always, ask him if they know Sterling Marlin, or tell them your best Sterling Marlin story, or whatever, you know. So that was the 98
You know
season.
You know what? There's so many Sterling Marlin stories to tell that I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Where to begin, yeah.
But the best Sterling Marlin storyteller is Michael Walter, by far.
Okay.
By far.
He probably could do some good impersonations too.
Oh yeah, well, you know, Michael, he's Michael.
Yeah, right.
But just right off the top of my mind, when you bring up Sterling, we were testing Daytona in New Maryland when we used to take the springs and try to get the car as slow as you could for speed.
Oh yeah.
And he come in and he said, "I'm done." I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "Y'all beat my guts out."
Beat my guts out.
Beat my guts out. I ain't driving it no more. I'm done. And so he goes off, whatever, and he comes back.
Yeah.
He said, "Have you got this thing where I can drive it out?" I said, "Well, I don't know. You're going to have to get in it and try it again." He said, "Hell, I just come out of the bathroom and already peeing blood.
Oh my God.
What more you want me to?" I said, "Well,
I'm beating near this.
And I can only imagine, because I know what we were doing to the cars back then.
Yeah.
And to have to drive them like that,
Yeah.
that shows you that you had to have some talent.
Well, you had to sometimes the spring rubbers that you have to pass through inspection, and then you can always pull them out later and they can come down.
Right. Yeah, we got busted on that too.
What'd you think about Sterling pulling that? Let's see, I guess it'd have been 2001 Daytona when he got out and pulled the right front fender.
Hell, it's been in. He didn't have no choice. Go over and fix it. Yeah.
It was somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I
2000
think.
Something.
I think I was working on Mike Wallace then. But it was like I told him, I said, "Hell, you didn't have no damn choice. Some it been in on the fender. Somebody got to fix it, right?"
Yes. Yeah.
Excuse my French, but still, that's just way Sterling always talk.
Oh yeah. So that was the 1998 when we won was it the Gatorade 150s or 125?
I can't remember whether it was the qualifying race.
Yeah, the qualifying.
Real good in the shootout too.
Yeah.
And had a little glitch on the pit stop because just came in fueled only and spun tires coming up pit road there and finished third. Kind of got a little juked, as the Cringe used to say.
Oh yeah.
On our qualifying, because that's when I had those Packers instead of the actual Penske shock rubbers, and one of the officials didn't quite like it, and so we didn't qualify that good, but we had to run good in the race, and something happened.
I remember one year, was that the same year they took like 5 carburetors from us?
Oh yeah.
That might have been that same year, because we had come up with something that was gonna kick butt.
Yeah.
And NASCAR didn't like it, because I remember doing a machine work on running, doing some stuff on the base plates.
With base plates.
Yeah.
And they weren't illegal. They just didn't like the way when you had it wide open, the angle of them, or I can't remember. I know the Cuban, he wasn't happy about it because spent a fortune on trying to come up with that concept.
Yeah.
And he was livid.
He was livid, yes.
He was livid. I said, "Felix, it's going to be okay, buddy. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Just calm down. It's going to be okay." "Oh, we must require." So it's going to be okay. Trust me. And luckily, we wound up winning the race. So he thought I'd hung the moon that day, and then a couple of weeks later, things changed.
Yeah.
But I was hot-headed back then, and I didn't put up with mediocrity, and kid rubbed me raw, and about probably in today's world I would certainly handle it different. Yeah. But back then, that was the only way to get your point across.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was the guy that had to go. And it's no regrets.
Yeah.
No regrets. I had a job by the end of the next week.
Yeah.
So I was all good.
Well, it was one of those things back then. Well, even now, if you do that kind of stuff, they're like, well, because of insurance reasons, whatever. It's just like.
Speaking of that, I hadn't been to a racetrack since 08, maybe 07, and had some friends of mine in my hometown want to go to Talladega.
Mm-hmm.
So we go over there, and the first person I run into is Dale Emmett, and he says,
"He grabbed you by the arm."
Yeah, right there. Still got a knot.
Yeah, I know.
He
grabbed your arm like that.
And he asked me, he said, "What you been?" I was telling him, blah, blah, blah. And he said, "Well, you ain't melts much." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "See, at an inspection line, you'd last about 4 minutes." There ain't no more arguing. There's no more pitching fits. There's no more coming around. You get about 3 chances at it, and
you're out.
They show you to the gate.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot's changed in 14, 15 years.
You know, it reminds me of Larry Lackey punched Ricky Rudd. Remember that deal? And then Ricky Rudd threw a water bottle at him, and then hit his nose, whatever.
Yeah.
And then Robert Yates was like, "We gotta let you go," but they ended up hiring him back. I guess it's about a year later. You know, he had to go through that little probationary time. But he went to work over at Earnhardt's.
Right.
But then he ended up coming right back, and I worked with him for several years. So speaking of working, where is all the places you've worked? Because I know you were in NASCAR for a long time. So
when
did you get started?
Oh Lord!
You know, we talk about the roots of racing, kind of thing.
Well, I actually got started right in my hometown with my next door neighbor, Steve Moore. Part-time, run Talladega. We'd go to Daytona, Atlanta, Charlotte, the bigger races. Limited shoestring budget, you know the deal.
Yeah, right.
And God, I can't remember.
That's usually how you start.
What summer? But anyway, we got to be buddies with Buddy Parrott, and so he gave me my first really big time opportunity over at the old Levi Garrett team. Johnny Rutherford was driving it.
Oh, okay.
Then the next year, Morgan Shepherd, and then the third year, Joe Ruttman. And so I've been there full time, living in North Carolina, and had my feet wet, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And that's when I met Tim Brewer and Barry Dodson, Harold Elliott, and all that crowd over at Blue Max with Tim Richmond.
Oh yeah, the 27.
So I was there through the whole Blue Max there. Of course, Tim left, went drive for Rick.
Yeah.
And we wound up with Rusty, so that turned out to be pretty good.
Oh yeah,
pretty good.
Max years and
3 or 4 or 5 years.
What year was that championship?
89.
Yeah.
89.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good run there for about 4 years, 87 through.
I'm sure Brad Perry will watch this, so say hey to Brad.
Hey Bradley.
Yeah, but y'all had y'all were winning everything. You had I think David Evans was the engine builder, and he was like
Harold David Evans. Had a good group over there. Phil Detmers was machinist.
Ronnie Phillips there.
Ronnie Phillips was there. Dave Tappan. Of course,
John Callis.
Yeah, John Callis was there. Harold Elliott was the head of the engine shop, and then kind of had a pretty much all-star crew. Excuse me, Tim Brewer was there for a while. Yeah. He left, and then it was Barry Dodson, Jimmy Maycar, Todd Parrott, myself, the mayor of Pearl Harbor. He was there with us.
Oh yeah, Norman.
Norman.
Yeah.
Yeah. We called him the mayor of Pearl Harbor. Look out!
Oh my gosh! I've got
Norman's got his 0 parked out back.
I've got a Haviland clock that belonged to him.
Really?
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law gave it to me.
Yeah, Norman was a good guy.
He would come hang out with Tracy's dad.
Right.
Most of his days in his retirement.
Right.
Hang out in his machine shop.
And then, after the Blue Max thing kind of went under, Penske came in, Rusty went with Penske, and we all had opportunities to go work for Roger, and but there was some other opportunities, and so Barry Dodson and several of us, we just kind of split the fun time group up, and everybody kind of did their own thing. Barry and I did a couple things together. Then I had opportunity to go to work for Jeff Burton his rookie season, and that was a very good learning experience for me. And we had some success. Jeff ran good. Car had a good group over at Stavola Brothers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then
I worked in that building.
After that, spent 3 years at Cranifus with Andretti and Mayfield, and then did the gig with you guys at
37 car.
Yeah.
Wasn't that right up the street from us there on Rolling Hills?
Up on Hill there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I did the gig with you guys at Sapco for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then that's when I kind of started taking that step back.
Yeah.
And did I guess back then it was Bush.
The Bush Series,
Yeah.
yes.
With Lyndon Amy for
Okay.
a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then I went to work for old buddy Jim Smith at Ultra Motorsports. And I did 2 years back in Cup with Mike Wallace and Casey Atwood.
Okay, yeah. Whatever happened with him? Because he just kind of disappeared. He looked like he was going to be something.
I still ask that question. That kid had a lot of talent.
Yeah.
He was young, 19, maybe 20, and it was a Dodge thing, and they wanted to do one thing, when the manufacturers get in, and it was somewhere, and times were changing, pit crews were changing, crew chiefs were changing. You didn't get to work on the cars, you weren't like I always like being hands-on, like you.
Right.
You don't want anybody else in there typing your heads on the block. You don't do it yourself.
Not like nowadays. It's like they just
and so Casey was kind of the odd man out of that deal. And at the time, Jim Smith and Ray Abraham were partners, and it just didn't work out. And Jimmy was more focused on his truck series deal, and I was like, you know what, that truck series is me. Less events. You got to remember, I wasn't a young cat.
Yeah.
And I was getting burned out. So finished up with Jimmy in the truck series of Spencer and Ted Musgrave. And after Musgrave won the championship, Smith said, I'm done.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, I think I'm done too. So I went and played with him, started doing some off-road stuff. Then he got into some yachting stuff, and I kind of piddled around with that for a bit. And I was like, you know what? It's time for me to go fishing.
There you go.
So
I don't
really,
for that.
from about I did a few things for Billy Ballou, 07, 08. But after that, I just started hanging with Jim Smith. And then when my mom got sick, I moved back to Georgia, and it kind of leads us up to now.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. All right. Very
That was
cool.
a full-time job for 4 or 5 years.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, it is.
she passed away a couple of years ago, so now I've just been kind of chilling.
Yeah. I've got a.
I could be a gas chillbilly, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
you could, man. Yeah, honorary chillbilly, Buddy Barnes.
Yeah.
I've got a wrench from the Blue Max days, and it's got a 27 and Blue Max on it, and it's a 3/8 wrench with the end cut, pretty much cut in half to do headers.
Yeah.
A header wrench.
Yeah. 12 point, right?
Yeah, it's a 12 point. Yep. I picked up that wrench from when I was helping one of our dirt trackers, Doug Sanders. I was helping him with some stuff out at Carolina Speedway, and then I ended up
remember
building
that
engines
name.
for him. Yeah, Doug and Gene Sanders. Yeah, I ended up building an engine for him, and so I ended up grabbing one of his wrenches. I said,
Okay,
that's a place.
so now let me ask you a question. In your retirement, are you still tinkering with motors?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Got your own little shop? Or?
Yeah, I've got my own shop. It's a 50 by 60, 18-foot center, and I build engines or work on classic cars, old tractors. I've got a 1947 Buick inline 8-cylinder that I'm working on right now.
Right.
And I'm working on a 396 for a 69 Camaro.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just running it.
Cool.
Well, I'll put the cam lifters and stuff in it, and I'm going to run it.
Well, Cousin Tammy's sitting over there is looking for a 72 Corvette.
72 Corvette.
So if you find convertible, preferably.
Really?
So if you run across one that's in pretty much prime condition, she'll pay top dollar for it.
Hold up on my car wash now. Hold up.
That sounds like a rare piece right there. I don't know.
What is it you want?
Pretty
a 72?
Specific. That's very specific. The 72 Corvette convertible. It's It's got to be a 72, right?
But according to her, I don't know. I don't even know what they look like. 72. There's part of the 70s I missed. I'm like Steven Tyler, Aerosmith. There's a lot of the 70s I don't remember. Or don't want to remember. How about that?
I understand. Yes, I was just a kid in the 70s, but there was some great music back then. I do know that. I always think you look like my. You look like you was born in the 70s. There you go.
No, hell no.
Born in
she wasn't.
71.
Don't lie. No.
I always thought you looked like my uncle Ronnie. And Tracy, have you met my uncle Ronnie? But, so where were you in 19? Well, I don't know if ever.
Yeah, I took auto class. I took basket weaving. I took X. I was the vice principal's assistant.
Oh, wow.
I was doing everything I could for having to go to class.
Yeah.
And I played football, basketball, baseball. Was on the golf team, and was trying to chase every woman I could chase. Somebody said, "Oh, he's regular," and the guy said,
Who would have said that?
and the guy said, my attorney. He said, "No, he's irregular." No, I'd run into my attorney, and I hadn't seen him in a while.
Okay.
And it's just water and whole wheat hang out at.
Yeah.
And the little bartender said, "Oh, he's a regular." My attorney said, "Oh, no, he's irregular."
He's irregular.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to thank the owners of this operation for allowing us to sit out here, drink beer,
Yes.
I wouldn't have it any other way. What do you mean, thank me?
and
Hell, you like my
talk some
damn
good
brother
old
from another
memories.
mother.
Hell, I hadn't seen you in 15 or plus years.
Yeah, I know, except for
I'll be-
on the social medias.
Yeah. So
Really? Y'all have not been together in 15 years?
well, probably more than that.
Yeah,
Listen, he
probably.
was excited to hear that you were
Oh
coming
yeah.
down.
I mean, you're on vacation. I'm on vacation all the time.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was funny how we actually connected this trip.
And he actually got dressed for you because he put on a shirt.
Nice shirt, yes.
Yeah.
Well, what it was, I saw his post on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's Buddy Barnes on Instagram, and it was the picture of the sunset. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the same picture I just took. Oh, it's not my picture, that's his picture. So I was like, we got to be in the same place here.
I got up this morning, I saw that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think we're pretty close together. And about
Yeah.
4 minutes later, he tick, 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 send me his phone number. So I called him. Or I even came up here.
Yes.
Right after we went on our 4-mile hike.
You did it while you were on the toilet.
John!
Hold on, so what is your name?
John Paul.
John Paul, and this is your place, right?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay.
And my wife, Tammy.
And what-
She lets me own it
Yeah.
Very
and
nice.
make the payments.
I'm just fortunate she lets her little black sheep cousin follow her
Oh,
on.
stop.
Stop it, buddy. You know better than that. You're the best driver down I know.
That's right.
Oh, man.
No, we're glad to have him here.
It's great catching
Man,
up with
yeah.
you.
But
Too,
this is great to be strutting his stuff for him, because you know when you retire, there's a big issue about people wanting to forget you. You know,
Yeah.
so your heritage now.
Well, here's the deal. A lot of people you want to forget. There's a lot of people in NASCAR you want to forget.
Oh, hell yeah,
So,
absolutely.
But it's the good ones like him that
Yep.
we don't ever want to forget.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I do.
That's right.
Well, good. We're glad to have you, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, I guess now, every first weekend after Labor Day weekend, you and your lovely wife need to come to Destin,
Yeah.
and we'll just make this an annual event.
We could.
Maybe we could find some other old timers to come down, and
Yeah.
we could
Get-
drink a few. And
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely. We get Beer Man over here.
Yep.
Come over, and I know Ernie Irvin's over in Ocala a lot of times.
Right.
And over in that area, but this is our anniversary, so we come down.
Oh, okay.
We were in Key West when we got married 4 years ago, or 4 years ago, in Key West.
Get that right. That's kind of shit to get you in
I
trouble.
struggle
Be
with the-
careful.
with the years and stuff, you know. I'm gonna be really in trouble whenever it gets past 10 and I'm wearing my shoes or something. Anyway, so all right. So, man, it's great to see you, and thank you so much for coming on
Hey,
the Racing Roots with Hamm.
hey, my pleasure.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
and we'll get back together. It's an annual thing now. We're going to start doing this every year, as I was telling my wife.
I hope I'm here years to come to be your guest. I've enjoyed it. It's good to see you,
man. Hope so. All right, so check out my website, DHammiam, and that's where all my social links are. And you can check out Buddy Barnes on Instagram and Facebook. And
peace up. 8 pounds now. Do the whoa.
Do the whoa.
My bad.
No, man, that's all good.
My bad.
That's good stuff right there. Yes. All right. Bye, y'all. How about I turn it? How about I?
That's great. We have to record that.
Here we go. All right. Bye, y'all. All right, I'm recording you. I just want to do a little test and make sure the mic sounds good.
Everything good?
Yeah, I think so.
You can still hear the so redneck voice. Blast.
Let's be particular about what we post. We don't want to be bad, right, buddy?
You got that right.
No.
No bad stuff.
We're back live. I can see myself.
Oh, Lord. Hey, look how big your damn head is, buddy.
See how it is.
I think it grew 2 sizes a day since I saw
You'll have to.
Hamm man.
That's right. You'll have to. I can't see the top of your head unless I can move this
Well,
up.
I moved down.
No.
Here,
Let's do this. Here, let's do this. I got it. I forgot I had it. I said I did.
You got it locked down there, David.
Yeah, I know. Apparently I do.
Shake his hand.
There it goes.
Oh,
It's just a little stiff.
That does look good.
Yeah, that's a good scene right there. Oh. I'm sitting downhill just a little bit. That's all right. And then, there, let's smile for the picture.
I already got it. No, I don't want
did
y'all
you?
to smile. I don't want y'all
Okay.
to look at me.
Okay.